Coach, you guys ready? All right, Coach. Just to start off, obviously you guys played these. So you guys played this team in March. How different was the team y'all brought out tonight compared to the last time you played Ole Miss?
I mean, I think our team's grown a lot, since then, and that's a good ball club over there. And the thing that I'm so proud of is these guys just stay in the course. And I think a mark of any team you hope is they grow and they get better as the season progresses. And I think this group has shown that.
Coach, I know that the team doesn't have as much memory as you do as assistant coach, but 2 years ago, you see the first two innings, you guys go down. What makes you, at least change your attitude and at least move it in the right direction with this team?
Yeah, well, I think this team has shown the characteristic of not panicking when you do get down. I think I can look back at so many games that we might not have had the lead, but they stay in the middle of the ring and keep fighting and get themselves a chance. And tonight, that's kind of what happened. Yeah, I mean, they popped us in the mouth early. It got 4-0, after two, but the bullpen came in and stabilized things, and some outstanding performances there. And then we started, moving the ball around and getting runners on and some big hits. So it was, we just focus on just trying to play one pitch at a time. And the game, baseball is a game that you have to finish it and so forth. So it doesn't matter how much you get down, you just got to keep punching.
Do you feel like Cross is just better out of the bullpen?
I mean, maybe, I don't know. I think, he got a fastball up to a great hitter, and he got it out of the park and so forth. But then he calmed down and struck out the next three. So, it's baseball. You're gonna give up some long balls. You're gonna give up some hits and stuff. But just keep fighting and stay the course.
You speak to the development of some guys on the back end that weren't necessarily big contributors early, but now seem to find their stride and throwing with some confidence, particularly Ben Riley.
No doubt. We've needed that. When Armistead went down, however many weeks ago, I mean, the narrative we were really screaming at, our pitching staff is that, hey, some of you guys have the ability. You just got to let it happen and trust it and be ready for your moment. We're going to need you to get to where we want to get. And I think we're seeing some guys do that, and that's awesome. And that makes me proud as a coach, but then buying into it, and believing and growing there. So I don't think it was a fluke by any means. The ability's been there. They just got to go out there and trust it. And sometimes that's the hardest part, of this game, is just mentally having that confidence every time you go out there.
This team's known how to get winning streaks over the past few years. You're on one right now. How big is it at the end of the season to kind of end strong like that, especially with the last series coming up in the conference?
I mean, it's huge. I mean, we try to win every game, and it's hard to do at this level. And you got to do a lot of things right to win a game at this level. And after that, series loss at Lafayette, and to look up and win whatever it's been, 7-8 in a row. I mean, you couldn't ask for any more from your guys, and they've gone out there and played well. I think this group has really come together. I think they've always had a good unity, there's no doubt, but I think the leadership within has really taken over, and I think that's a credit for some of the success we've had.
Why do you think at this program, it starts to play its best baseball late in the year?
Tradition, culture that's been instilled by all the great coaches and teams before us, and we talk about that tradition of excellence sign all the time, and our job this year is to, make our own legacy and add a number up there or numbers and stuff. So, you just got to do, that's been done so well before us, and it's our job. We have a responsibility when we put this uniform on to represent this program, and I think these guys are doing a good job.
8 wins in a row, and you kind of touched on it, but what's just clicking, what's just working right now during this stretch of wins?
Man, they're just competing their tails off. Offensively, we've been outstanding. It's been great, and it's a long lineup right now, and guys contributing from the top to the bottom. So that's been outstanding. That's been huge. I think our defense has been good. I think we play solid defense, and now the pitching has just really stepped up. And between Nico and Billy being horses that is carrying you on Fridays and Saturdays, and then you have to piece some things together or get performances like tonight out of the bullpen. I mean, that's just what it takes. It's a team sport, and these guys are answering it right now.
Can you talk
a little bit to your approach with JB tonight? A little slider heavy, but successful with it for sure.
Yeah, he had a really good 3-pitch mix going. Some more sliders than usual, but he also dropped in some changeups at the right time that were got some big punch outs with him. So he's got good stuff, man. And when he's on the plate using it like that, it's tough.
Ozzie at shortstop tonight made some pretty incredible plays, not to mention his bat. Just talk about his performance.
I mean, I could go on and on about Ozzie, what he means to this team. We wouldn't be where we're at without him. Defensively, he's been great. Offensively, he's a threat, and big hit tonight, couple hits tonight, and just a fun player to coach, and because he stays very level, steady, and just comes out and plays hard.
And, getting these younger guys an experience of playing in the game this magnitude with the crowd, how important was that going into postseason?
It's great. I mean, you want it for your players because it was a regional atmosphere, and you want them to hear the roar. You want to get that final out, and you want to enjoy it and stuff. And because that's all building blocks, of confidence and so forth. So, man, just tremendous atmosphere. Our fans, they do it all the time, and it helps, man. It makes a difference, and we're so thankful for it.
Do you have any update on Billy Butler?
Billy's nursing a hernia, sports hernia. Saw a doctor. It's more as he can go basis and stuff. It's not real comfortable and stuff. So we're hoping, that it'll get better. I think he's on some, medicine or whatever to help with that. And, so hopefully we get Billy back to where he can come out and help us, win some games.
Appreciate it.
All right.
Ozzie, obviously a big win. What do you feel like the difference, in the team that you guys played them against in March compared to now?
I think we're just on a heater right now. Like, we're going, everybody, we're playing like men, like Coach Creel says, and we're just getting the bigger hits, like just really driving in runs with 2 outs, and I think we're just doing everything to the best of our ability and just, like, killing it.
Especially in the way you guys won tonight, chipping away slowly. How big of a factor was the crowd tonight?
It was a huge factor. Like, that 16-ounce lounge always fires me up. Like, I love them down there. And especially after we won, like, it was just huge. Like, you would have thought it was an earthquake or something.
What went into the comeback tonight?
We started off slow, we did. But then we didn't ever give up. We just kept going, just kept chipping away. We got that 1 run, and then the floodgates just opened. That 5th inning, and we just kept going.
I feel like you guys started a little tight, maybe.
Yes, sir. I think there were a little bit of nerves when we started and just kind of swinging at first pitch and not getting like our best pitch. But as it went on, we kept chipping away and we got those hits.
All 7 of the runs you guys scored came with 2 outs tonight.
Oh, did they?
Yeah, and you just talked about how that's kind of a big reason maybe why the team is finding success on this winning streak. I'm wondering is that a mentality adjustment thing when it comes to finding success with 2 outs, or is it a tactical thing?
I honestly think it's just clearing your mind. Like, hey, there's 2 outs, just clear your mind. Like, some of my biggest hits, I don't even remember what pitch it is. Actually, most of my hits, I don't remember what pitch it is. Like, I'm just swinging the bat and hoping it goes somewhere. But, I mean, that's just huge. Like, 2 outs, just clearing your mind out and not just overthinking too much.
How big is this game? I know every game's big, but how big is this, as kind of final non-conference game in the regular season, just to put that final W on the resume?
It feels nice, but it's just another game. We got games, 3 more this weekend before conference tournament. We just got to keep going and keep feeling good.
To kind of add on to that, how important is it that you guys are really getting hot when the season's about to end and you guys are going into postseason?
It feels really good. Like, just win after win. What are we, 8-game win streak now? Just keep going, and it's nicer to hit it now than at the very beginning and then rolling down throughout the season.
Just to be clear, your roster says you're from Oxford, but you're not really from Oxford.
No,
you told us.
Yeah. I don't claim that place. That place sucks. I hate that place, dude.
Thank you, Ozzie.
No problem.
Appreciate you. Because you really, in the clutch situations, you weren't always the best last year. This year, it's clutch situations, you've been right on top of it.
Really just trying to slow it down, I think both times I came up, there was a pitching change. My last couple at bats, at least, I can't remember. But during that pitching change, I really tried to kind of focus on calming it down and just taking it all in, because the moment gets big a lot of times, and if I can try to minimize that as much as possible, it can lead to more success. But I remember walking over the on-deck circle with my coach when he was giving us our percentages of that pitcher, and I just was trying to take deep breaths, and just kind of, instead of being nervous, kind of being thankful for that moment to be there. And, sometimes it's easier said than done. It don't always work out. But, I don't know, I felt pretty good about it today, and I felt really comfortable in the box.
You and Slade and Nick, kind of the veteran presences in the lineup, started the year off kind of slow, but really coming along through the back half of the season. How important is that to the lineup?
I would say it's pretty important, not necessarily just because we're doing good, but I think the more hitters that are kind of starting to get their groove, I think we all feed off each other, So, Lawson Odom, he had a good night tonight. Nick Monisher, me, Slade, we all had good nights, but our offense as a whole had a good night because we were just kind of feeding off each other. And I wouldn't say that we're all just getting in the groove just because we're good players. I think me, Slade, Nick also feed off the younger guys because, when we see younger guys do good, it kind of fires us up because that's the kind of team we are. We feed off each other. We love each other. So whenever we succeed, that just that pumps us up.
Coming into tonight, I believe it was 5 losses in a row against Ole Miss, and obviously, you've been here a while. So how important was that for you guys to kind of maybe take one back against that? Because you guys play each other every year.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it's pretty cool to beat Ole Miss, and because we've lost 5 times, we don't really think about it like that. We don't really think about the team we're playing. We think more of what we're trying to accomplish. We got big goals we want to accomplish, and for us to beat them, that definitely helps us in postseason to kind of get where we want to go. And beating Ole Miss is not cool. Winning the game was cool. For us to just win and have a good game, that was the most important thing for us.
You have a chance to secure that 2 seed in the conference coming up. Depending on how this week goes. What's kind of the mindset heading into the final series?
Same thing we're doing all day. I mean, last couple weekends, for us to accomplish what we want to accomplish, we have to go in this weekend and win every ball game we can because every game's important. We're definitely fighting for a 2 seed, but we're not just fighting for 2 seed in conference. We're fighting for postseason standings, and that's pretty much our main goal. But conference standings is definitely one of our first goals. But like I said, getting second place is cool and all, but we have bigger goals.
8 wins in a row now. What's just kind of working or clicking for the team right now?
I think we have some bullpen guys that haven't been clicking in the past, and they're starting to figure it out. We got some young guys. I mean, Josh Ock, Ben Riley, they came out of the pen and just shoved today. Ben Riley's kind of struggled. Josh Ock is new to the team, new to college, and for him to come in this big moment and kind of shut the door on that 8th inning, I believe, was huge, and he was fearless. He had no fear about him. Ben Riley, like I said, he struggled. For him to come in and just shove it down their throats a couple innings was huge. It was awesome to see.
You faced Ock in the past. Can you talk a little bit about his stuff?
Yeah, I mean, Ock has his ball runs, I haven't faced him a whole lot because he was hurt in the fall. He broke his foot before he got Southern Miss, so he was out majority of the fall. And during our World Series thing, he wasn't even on my team. He was on my team, so I didn't get to face him. But his fastball moves a lot. He's got a very horizontal slider. It's kind of the exact opposite of his brother, his lefty Ryan Ock. But for Josh to come in, it was good stuff, and just kind of go out there, like I said, fearless is huge because he's so young. That's big for us.
Kind of on the game tonight, I mean, how big of a factor was this crowd? I know they're rowdy every night, but obviously, 5,700 people. How much of a difference did it make for you guys?
Some fans may not like this, but in the beginning of the game, we kind of felt there's a lot of negative energy. So the fans are cool and all, but we try not to worry about the fans because sometimes you can feel the negative energy, and a lot of teams may take that in the wrong way, and they may kind of fall in that role with them. But we kind of just didn't worry about them, and obviously it's cool when they're yelling and stuff. It's really cool. We definitely love our fans. Coach Krill told us after the game, he said, for you young guys, this is kind of a postseason environment that we've been used to. So it was cool for us to kind of soak that in and get the young guys broke in for postseason. But, it was definitely cool to watch, but we try not to let the fans' energy affect us because sometimes there can be a lot of negative. But we love them. We do.
What you mentioned about the postseason, how important is that for the young guys to feel that kind of weight of what this game means to this university and state, in general, but also the tension in the stadium?
It's definitely important, because I remember a lot of times early in the year we have a lot of questions about our young guys. They're kind of struggling. We got to get them used to playing at this level, playing our game, and getting experience is definitely going to help them get used to how we play and where we want to do in our goals. But this is the closest scenario to the kind of postseason ball that we play, and it was huge for them just to experience that. Especially if we have a postseason to compete, let them just feel that energy is just going to be incredible.
And one more thing, your alma mater's headed to the state championship as well for Van Cleve, so any encouragement you have for them?
Some junkyard dogs, that's what I've always been saying. I'm super proud of my coach and the guys down there, and I wish them best of luck. I'm going to try to watch. We'll be in Montgomery, but I'm going to try to watch as much as I can.
Thanks, man.
Yes, sir. Thank y'all.
Good. Obviously, after Cross's performance, he was able to kind of end strong with those strikeouts there. But just for the rest of the staff to kind of pick him up, how huge was that for you guys?
It was awesome. Everybody coming out of the bullpen ready to compete and do their job, and we got the job done tonight and allowed the offense to get hot later in the game and kind of roll.
Notice you got a haircut.
I did.
Does that kind of fade over to your pitching performance?
I don't know about that. I just got rid of it. It kind of started getting too long, and it was getting pretty hot. So.
Yeah, and
kind of speak to what was working for you tonight. Looking for you maybe more a little slider heavy than usual. But
yes, I think so. It was. I probably threw definitely a lot more sliders tonight. It felt pretty good in the hand for the most part, and we kind of just stuck with that.
kind of go into tonight's performance, obviously there's been times this year where maybe you didn't get what you wanted to get on the mound. How huge is that, especially late in the game where it's a lot more important?
Right, yeah, I think, the past couple weeks have kind of been rough, and I just kind of kept myself ready to go out there and do my job, do the best thing I could for the team when I go out there, and, some things went right tonight, so it feels good.
Tell me a little bit about this pitching staff, because obviously you guys have dealt with a lot of injuries between McCarty or Will. Where are you guys kind of at right now to pick each other up mentally and stuff?
Yeah, I mean, everybody's kind of on the same page, buying into the same thing, and when one person comes out, the next person comes in thinking the same thing as the guy out there before, and we just come out there and compete.
What's just been working for this team during this winning streak?
Really, just everybody coming together. Pulling that rope the same way, and the energy that we bring in the dugout, just feeds off everything, the crowd, everything like that, and just, we're just pulling off each other.
You've been a part of a couple winning streaks during your time here at USM. What do you think kind of sparks that kind of change to happen,
there may be some vocalization in there at some point to kind of ignite a spark, but just when everybody just realizes what we can do and what we're capable of, and just like I said, coming together and just out there doing the same thing every day.
Good.
Thank you, JB.